guys, Rick Hogg with War HOGG Tactical, and I want to talk to you about ammo selection for self-defense. Here's the biggest thing, guys. There's a bunch of different ammo out there, and are you, as the shooter, necessarily making the right decision in the proper ammo that needs to be used in your firearm? So we'll just kind of go over some of the stuff we have out front here. So really, probably the most used cartridge out there is the 9mm in the full metal jacket. And you can see it's just that. It has the full metal jacket on there. Now, a lot of guys will use this when they come out to the range and train, but then as we start moving on to, hey, what is your self-defense ammo? Are you actually going out to the range with that self-defense ammo and seeing, hey, where does this thing group at? So for example, if I go out and I'm a consistent high 90s on a 25-meter slow fire, what happens when I swap over to something such as 124 grain hollow point? Am I getting the same type of performance out of this bullet as I am the 115 grain full metal jacket? And then you can see I can kind of transfer over. And if you kind of look at the boxes here, it gives you a slight description, at least on some of these hollow points, kind of what you're expected to get kind of out of the performance of that bullet when it hits something. Now, what I'll tell you is, from my experience, is I actually want to go out and trial this stuff. You know, so for example, let's say I'm going to shoot this monolithic hollow point. Really, once I get this bullet and go, hey, it functions in my gun and everything's working the way it needs to, I want to do something such as get this block of ballistic gelatin, and now I actually want to fire on this block of ballistic gelatin and kind of just see what performance am I getting out of there. Here's the thing, a lot of guys will just shoot ballistic gelatin bare, if you want to say, and that's fine, but understand this. If the environment you live in, so for example, let's say you're in New England, during the wintertime, people are wearing a lot of jackets, thick clothing. If you're not putting some type of thick clothing in front of this ballistic gelatin, are we really getting the true results of what our bullet's doing? Hey, if you had it clean, I got it. If you're down somewhere in Miami or something like that, where pretty much it's t-shirt weather all the time, yeah, that'd be fine. But just look at your environment where you live at and put that clothing in front of that ballistic gelatin so you're getting the optimum performance. The other thing you have to think of is a lot of guys go, hey, let me buy one bullet and it's going to work for everything. So again, it kind of goes back, for example, you know, on this Walther pistol here, I got a 4-inch barrel. Okay, I might be able to get good performance out of bullet X when I'm out here just kind of training, but now when I go to that self-defense round, I may not get the same thing. The other thing to think about is, especially with this Walther pistol, for example, so it has, what they have is a step-up chamber, which actually increases velocity to the bullet about 50 feet per second. You got to sit there and go, is that velocity going to have any type of either pro or con to my bullet? I don't know. But it all goes back, guys. You've got to get that empirical data. So if I'm sitting there running ammo out of a 4-inch, say, okay, now when I go to a larger pistol that has a longer barrel, am I getting the same performance out of this pistol with that ammo as I am the 4-inch? I don't know. The biggest thing is you have to go out there and test it. Here's the thing, guys, regardless on your ammo selection, what you're doing, we want to get the optimum performance out there. But again, everyone thinks, hey, let me run it during the day. How many guys are actually taking that self-defense ammo they have selected during the day? Hey, it groups the same as my training ammo, or I know what the variables are. Now we need to shift and go, hey, I need to shoot this thing at night. Because I could have the best performing bullet during the day, but if I need to use it at night, and next thing you know, I'm getting this large fireball, where in essence I'm being night blinded from shooting my rounds, is that really the best ammo for me? I would say probably not. So again, we're almost back to square one looking at an ammo selection that works. So don't get wrapped around, hey, I've got to have something, you know, this bullet works great during the day. Man, you've got to get out and shoot that thing at night. So again, just kind of a quick overview, different rounds out there, different bullets. The key point being, guys, regardless which ammo you choose, you've got to make sure you get out there and get a good comprehensive test. How's this thing grouping? My training versus my self-defense. And then, hey, if I get the chance, get on some ballistic gelatin so I can actually see it. Oh, by the way, get out there at night. Run the full parameters like you normally would, so that, God forbid, you're ever in a self-defense situation. You know exactly how your ammo is going to perform, and you know that that ammo is going to do the job it's intended and stop that threat from causing harm to yourself or your family members.